My English name is Evan Pritchard, and I'm called Chipmunk, and in Mi'kmaq or Micmac, that's Abakpahamich, which means, he has the white stripe on his tail. And this is Algonquin territory. I'm the director of a Center for Algonquin Culture, and I lecture, I give talks, I'm a historian. I've been writing since I was little, but I've written 70 books about Native Americans. In my books, I try to reconstruct the old geographies and culture and beliefs. So when I was 3, I was writing short stories, and I was copying the letters from books and, trying to piece them together, and some of it's humorous. Like I wrote a whole book when I was 6 called Stir Up the Horse. And so I knew I wanted to be a writer, and my aunt gave me a golden pen and said, this is good luck, with this pen. When I was 30, then I drove to Canada and met a medicine man who was, we call him Grandfather Turtle, and he really changed my life and got me on the, a spiritual path of our ancestors and taught me the language and taught me the customs and the ceremonies and everything. And so that's where I started writing a lot about Native Americans. And I have a lot of music too. I have a project called Tribal Harmony. I organized a lot of concerts, maybe 50 concerts. In my concerts, I use a lot of traditional drumming songs, so I try to bring all that back and make sure it doesn't fade away. Yeah, I studied at Juilliard. So I studied with David Leo Diamond, who was our foremost composer at that time. And I met Albert Schnitke, who was a famous Russian composer. To meet Schnitke, I had dinner with Albert Schnitke. This is New York State, and we're in the Hudson Valley, and we're at the edge of the Catskills. And we're between the Esopus River and the Rondout, and it's Esopus-Muncie territory. Tribal people, like Indigenous people, Native Americans, coming together to do music together, with all of them doing their own thing, but together. We did about 7 hours of solid music, all mainly Native American or Native inspired. So we do smudging, we do tobacco offerings, and we had Iroquois come as a Mohican elder and came and talked about her teachings, and we did ceremony in a big circle. We had a huge circle of people here all singing together, and it creates a memorable moment. And so I said, well, when you're alone you can't form a circle. The Two-Row Treaty was in 1613, where the Haudenosaunee or the Iroquois had an agreement with the Dutch, everyone else, that they will all live together in harmony and respect each other's boundaries and respect their sovereignty, but at the same time working for the same goal. So they say we're on the same river of life, but respect the separation too. We all need to kind of not invade other people's spaces, their boats, take over their boats. People do this a lot for whatever reason. Especially now, it's like, well, I can do that better than you. I'm going to take this from you, and I'm going to show you. Or you're just, your country's just a part of ours, or whatever. We are all on the same river of life, but stay in your lane. And so I believe in that very strongly.